Hello everyone, welcome to Visit Malta channel. In this video I am going to explain the checklist to apply a single working permit for non-EU applicant, okay, and the procedure to apply a single working permit for a third country nation and non-EU, okay. And this is the sample, the single work permit copy that is being provided by the Malta Identity Malta government. Okay, so let me show you what are all the required document from you and what are all the required document from the employer to proceed the single working permit. And as I mentioned in my previous video, single working permit has been applied through your employer, and it is not possible to apply from your end to proceed the single working permit. Your employer or agency only authorized to apply a single working permit behalf of you. Okay, let me show you the required document from you and from your employer to proceed the single working permit for non-EU, because the EU is completely the different procedures. Okay, now the first thing that you required is to proceed the single working permit is Form C5, CEA Form C5. This form you can download from the Identity Malta government website, which I am going to explain in this video later on. Okay, the next one is signed job contract from your employer. Okay, in the job contract you have to sign and your employer also have to sign. Both the signature has to be there in the job contract before you proceed the single working permit. Let's see the next one. Yes, full copy of valid passport, and the passport has a minimum of 3-month validity required to proceed the working permit. Okay, and make sure all the information in the passport is accurate and 100% correct when you're submitting your single working permit, or if you're submitting any other address proof or ID proof to proceed, because if any mismatching between your passport and the proof you have submitted may end up with the application rejection. Okay, let's see. Then the job description detail by the employer, which will be created by your employer or agency to submit the single working permit. The next one is proof of advertisement carried out with the job plus by the employer. The advertisement for the respective designation will be showing by your employer with the jobs plus. Okay, what do you mean by jobs plus? Jobs plus is the employment government website that each and every company and agency will submit a job opening to the jobs plus. Okay, so to see more detail about the jobs plus, you will find another video that will be showing in the top right of this video. Just click on the video and you will see what is job plus detail. Okay, then the next one is covering letter by the employer. Covering letter will be submitted by the employer. Okay, the next one is your curriculum vitae of the applicant, which is called your Europass resume. There is a certain formatting that is being expected by the Europe government, especially Malta. They require a certain format of your resume, which you can create from the europa.eu.euro/Europass/en. I will show you how to create the Europass resume in the same video. Okay, let's see the next one. Next one is education certificate. Education certificate is required for your job single working permit. If you don't have your education certificate, maybe they require your previous employment experience certificate. For example, the construction company, the laborers doesn't have education certificate so for that type of single working permit, they prefer for a experience certificate from the applicant. Okay, it depends upon your job role that you are applying for, selected for. The next one is health insurance policy. which will be taken by your employer for the first 1 year. After that, maybe your employer will take, or you have to take the health insurance policy here in Malta. Okay, since you are in abroad, your employer will take the health insurance policy before applying for a single working permit. Okay, next one is the police clearance certificate. Some country may require the police clearance certificate to proceed the single working permit, but some country may not require to proceed the police clearance certificate. So you have to check with your employer whether it is required or not. Okay. Birth certificate. Birth certificate is one of the mandatory document that is required for a single working permit as on 2020. It may change in future. Alright, let me show you how to create the Europass resume and where to check the complete checklist as on date that is been defined by Identity Malta. Okay, if you going into the Europass, europa.eu/Europass/en, you will see this website. It is completely a free, and you don't have to pay anything. You can create your covering letter or the resume by creating the new user, and all the information that has been provided by you will be generated with the Europass resume format, where I have shown in the previous slide. Let me show you. Here it is. The resume will look like this, okay, which you have to submit this kind of format resume using the Europa website. Okay, now let's go and see the Identity Malta website, which is very important website, where you can see all the information about your working permit and the checklist and the recent update and everything. Okay, so this site, I'll give you the site and URL in the description of this video, so you can check this URL. Okay, once you open this URL web page, just go to the units tab, okay, which will give you this page, expatriates units. Okay, click on the expatriates units. Once you go into the units tab, okay, just scroll down. Each and every point, the information is very important. Please take your time to read the information completely to not miss out anything, because if you miss out anything, then you will end up wasting a lot of time, or your application may reject. Okay, since we are explaining for the single work permit procedure for the non-EU, all you have to check is single permit for still abroad candidates. Still abroad meaning that you will be in abroad and proceeding your single working permit through your employer. Okay, so take a time to read the information. Let me go through some important information for your reference. Okay, this is the single permit for still abroad. You will have to pay 280 euros 50 cents. Most of the time your employer will pay this amount to proceed the single working permit. Some agency or employer may expect this cost from your side. Okay, so just take a read completely one by one. Okay, especially the frequently asked questions. Scroll down. Okay, here you will see the single work permit still abroad application for form C5. This is very important and very important form that you have to go through each and every section. When you click on this form, it will give you the PDF application form, where you can fill all other information in this form. Identity document number, just leave it blank, since it has been generated by the Identity Malta once your application has been submitted. Okay, rest all the thing is very important information and the basic information that you can fill it out. I'm not going to go through each and every field. I'm going to explain only the important checklist. Okay, here you will see still abroad single permit checklist. Always go to this respective Identity Malta website and the respective expatriates units tab and try to check and download this PDF, because this checklist the checklist and form may vary each and every 6 months or 3 months by updating Identity Malta. Okay, so it is always better to check the recent information that is being provided by the Identity Malta. Okay, don't just go blindly with the video that I'm giving you. Okay, let's see what are all the checklists that they required. As I explained in the video, form C5, okay, then all copy of your passport, then original employment contract signed and dated by both the applicant and new employer. Okay, then the position description, this will be provided by your employer, and this is also will be provided by your employer. Only thing, you have to sign it in the contract. Okay, then position description, this also will be provided by your employer, and make sure you sign the descriptions form, the letter. Okay, then proof of advertisement for your job designation, this also will be provided by your employer. Okay, then job plus declaration suitability, this also will be done by your employer. Okay, so that's all. These are all the major checklists that you have to go through. Okay, apart from that, all has been explained in the video. Okay, once the single working permit has been submitted by your employer, and it will take almost a month, maybe 3 to 4 weeks to get the single work permit from Identity Malta. And once it is ready, they will provide a copy of the single working permit to your employer address. Okay, using that single working permit copy only, you can apply your visa from your location by submitting all other documents to travel here in Malta. In my next video, I will explain how to apply a visa using the single working permit copy that has been approved by Identity Malta and submitted by your employer or agency. Okay, so that is all. If you have any clarification in this video, please mention your questions in the comments, or you can reach me out through the email. Thank you for watching video. Please like and share my video if you like it. Subscribe my video for more information about working permit and residence card information. Okay, thank you so much for watching video again.